Did you know you're throwing away 4 hours of pure potential every single day? That's 28 hours a week, 112 hours a month, over 1,300 hours a year of your life. Just gone. Dissolved into mindless scrolling, lost in the fog of, I'll do it later, bleeding out into the void of procrastination. The secret to stopping the bleed right now is a single Japanese word. A word so powerful it shaped the recovery of an entire nation after World War II. A word that elite performers use to forge discipline when everyone else is failing. That word is Mottainai. But before I tell you how to use it, you need to feel the weight of what you're losing. Because right now, you aren't just wasting time, you are committing a slow motion act of self-sabotage. Every second you spend in analysis paralysis is a second you are killing the person you were meant to become. Science calls it the opportunity cost. The Japanese call it a tragedy of the soul. In the next hour, I'm going to show you how to weaponize the fear of regret. I'm going to reveal why your brain is biologically wired to waste your life, and how the Mottainai philosophy flips that switch to create instant, effortless action. If you close this video now, you go back to the bleed. You go back to the 4-hour leak. But if you stay, I will give you the protocol to reclaim your life. I will show you how to turn your fear of wasting time into your greatest competitive advantage. Let's talk about the regret clock. Most people think time is a river. They think it just keeps flowing. But time isn't a river. Time is a bank account where you don't know the balance and you aren't allowed to make deposits. You only make withdrawals. And every time you say, I'll start Monday, you are writing a check your future self can't cash. This is the procrastination death spiral. You feel guilty for not working, so you distract yourself to numb the guilt. But the distraction makes you more behind, which creates more guilt, which leads to more distraction. You aren't lazy, you're trapped in a loop. The Mottainai philosophy is the hammer that breaks the loop. In Japan, Mottainai is often translated as what a waste, but that's too simple. It's deeper than that. It carries a sense of regret, of shame, and of deep respect for the essence of things. It's the feeling you get when something sacred is treated as if it's worthless. To a practitioner of Mottainai, a minute of your life is as sacred as a relic in a temple. When you waste a minute, you aren't just losing 60 seconds. You are disrespecting the thousands of ancestors who fought for you to exist. You are disrespecting the potential that resides in your DNA. Think about the shadow of the unlived life. There is a version of you right now who is fit, wealthy, and at peace. That version of you didn't have better luck. They just understood Mottainai. They realized that the perfect time is a lie manufactured by your brain to keep you safe and small. Why does your brain do this? Because of the amygdala hijack. Your brain views big goals as threats. Start a business sounds like fight a tiger to your ancient biology. So your brain freezes. It chooses the path of least resistance. Netflix. TikTok. The tomorrow trap. But here is the open loop you need to understand. If you don't master Mottainai now, the gap between who you are and who you could be will eventually become too wide to bridge. That gap is where depression lives. That gap is where midlife crises are born. So how do we close the gap? How do we apply the Mottainai protocol? It starts with a minimum unit of waste. Most people try to fix their whole life at once. They want a new year, new me. They fail by February. The Mottainai master looks at the now. If you are standing in a kitchen and you see a single grain of rice on the floor, you pick it up. Why? Because that grain represents effort, sunlight, water, and life. To leave it there is Mottainai. Apply this to your work. Don't think about the 1-0-hour project. Think about the next 10 minutes. Is wasting these 10 minutes Mottainai? Yes. When you frame procrastination as a form of spiritual waste rather than a productivity lapse, your psychology shifts. You move from I should do this, weak, to I cannot waste this, powerful. Now, let's dive into the FOMO of the soul. We usually think of FOMO as missing a party or a crypto pump, but the real FOMO is missing your own life. Imagine you are 90 years old, lying in a bed. A ghost appears. It's the version of you that reached their full potential. They have the body you wanted. They traveled to the places you dreamed of. They helped the people you wanted to help. and they look at you and say, "Why didn't you let me out? Why did you waste the minutes?" That is the ultimate Mottainai. In the next section, I'm going to reveal the end of the day audit, a 3-minute ritual used by high-performance Japanese CEOs to ensure they never have a 0 day again. I'm going to show you how to rewire your dopamine receptors so that the act of finishing a task feels better than the act of avoiding it. And I'll explain why your to-do list is actually a guilt list and how to flip it into an action engine. But first, you have to acknowledge the sunk cost. You've already wasted years, maybe decades. You can't get them back. If you spend your time mourning the wasted time, you are just wasting more time. The Mottainai philosophy says, the past is gone. The future is a dream. The only thing you can waste is the breath you are taking right now. Are you breathing with purpose? Or are you just waiting to die? The elite don't have more willpower than you. They just have a lower tolerance for waste. They see a 30-minute window between meetings and they see a gold mine. You see it as not enough time to start anything. That's the difference between 1% and the 99%. The 99% wait for inspiration. The 1% use the Mottainai trigger to force inspiration to show up. In the neural forge of your brain, every time you choose action over distraction, you are strengthening the prefrontal cortex. You are literally building a discipline muscle. But every time you give in to the just 5 more minutes urge, you are atrophying that muscle. You are making it easier to fail next time. This is why there is no such thing as a small waste. Every waste is a vote for the version of you that fails. So, what is the single action you've been avoiding? The one that makes your stomach turn slightly when you think about it? The one you've planned to do for 3 weeks? That is your Mottainai target. In the next part of this protocol, we're going to discuss the environmental wipe, how to purge the triggers of waste from your physical space. Because if your phone is next to you, you aren't fighting your laziness, you're fighting a billion-dollar algorithm designed to make you waste your life for profit. You can't win that fight with willpower. You win it with strategy. I'll show you the samurai desk setup. Minimal, deadly, efficient. And we will tackle the fear of the first step. Why do we find it so hard to just start? I'll give you the 2-minute Mottainai rule that bypasses your brain's fear center and gets you into a flow state in 120 seconds. But before we move forward, I need you to do something. Don't just watch this video as another form of productive procrastination. If you are watching this and not taking notes or not applying it immediately after, you are committing Mottainai right now. You are wasting the information. Stop being a consumer of success content and start being a practitioner of elite discipline. The clock is ticking. The versions of you that could have been are watching. Will you let them die in the dark, or will you reclaim the hours? The choice isn't something you make once. It's something you make every time you look at your phone, every time you feel the itch to quit. Let's enter the forge. Let's kill the procrastination that's killing you. Your elite life is waiting on the other side of the start button. Now,